你们健身了吗？行动，行动，行动！中国，你完了 ！Take down the CCP！
Just beginning for the games you want to play. Bring it on and now we'll fight to the end. Just watch and see. It's all started, everything's begun, and you are over. Cause we're taking down the CCP. Spread the word all through Hong Kong. We will fight till they're all gone. We rejoice when there's no more. Let's take down the CCP. They have all lied for too long. We will end what they do wrong. Spread the word of the wrong come. Let's take down the CCP. The bullets fly a little longer, and you will surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. We will have freedom to live. We will win. You'll surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. 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 Let the bullets fly a little longer.
干灭中国共产党这个 CCP， 还能让我们远离恐惧。Take down the CCP.
They try to scare the nation with fabrication, but we see through the lies. We won't fall, we will fight you back. Police corruption with crooked assumption. They ran our lives, but no more. We will win, we will take down the CCP. Spread the word all through Hong Kong. We will fight till they're all gone. We rejoice when there's no more. Let's take down the CCP. They have all lied for too long. We will end what they do wrong. Spread the word of the wrong come. Let's take down the CCP. The bullets fly a little longer, and you will surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. We will have freedom to live. We will win. You'll surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. Let the bullets fly a little longer.
站起来吧！
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
站起来吧！
Let the bullets fly a little
为
longer.
奴役的人
Let
们
the bullets fly a little longer.
行动！
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
行动！
Let the bullets fly a little
你
longer.
完了
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
！Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer. Bullets fly a little longer, and you will surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. We will have freedom to live. We will win. You'll surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down the evil CCP.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to our show. This is day 7 of the final battle, Hell from Laptop from the Help. So I have my co-host today with Sherry and Harley. Please say hello to the audience first.
Hey everyone.
Hello everyone, welcome to our English show. This is our final battle, the hard drive from hell, day 7. Welcome
Thank
to
you.
our show.
Thank you, Sherry. So we will continue this morning's program, and first, I will let Sherry to talk about the Harvest Group. Also the Harvest Group, the actually the head of the Harvest Group, the director was the mother Zhao Jinglan. So Sherry, please share your insight or story about this group, Harvest Group.
Yes. We know from Ludo's show, he exposed the information that is very complicated regarding the company called Harvest. First, it all started from one email. This email was sent from a person called Francis Person, sent to Hunter Biden. It basically is like an invitation to ask hunters, the schedule, or how about you come to China for a visit? You can go to Hainan or Haikou and Sanya and different places. They have beaches. They have beautiful mountain views. You can bring all your girls, things like that. So then there's a question: who is this Francis Person? And so I looked actually from his LinkedIn page. So on this page, just right under his, the picture, under his name, is that president at a Harvest Group. And among his positions, experiences, it has a co-founder and board member of Harvest Entertainment from May 2018 and to present time. And then it comes like a Harvest Group president in 2018, executive vice president, and also in 2016, he was a Democratic nominee for U.S. Congress. He also served as special advisor to the president and athletic director for student athlete well-being, and also advisor to Vice President Joe Biden, special assistant to Vice President-elect, special assistant to Democratic Vice Presidential candidate Joe Biden. So things like that. It's a long list in his LinkedIn page. So we know, as we can see on the screen, that's why this person has a crucial role in this map, in this family. It's like a family business. It's like a state-owned enterprise. So basically, this person is like a special advisor or assistant to Joe Biden. I believe they have trust, so put him into this crucial and very important role. So the email I read at the beginning was from this person, Francis Person, to Hunter Biden. Also, yes, you have anything to add?
I just said that he get a very impressive resume at this young age. If not the special connection, it's hard to believe that in such young age. I think he's only 33 this year, and then but you look at the long history of his resume and more than 5 years in the Harvest. That means when he was 20-something years, he was in the Harvest as a co-founder and the director of the board. So it's let's see what's inside. Digging inside, please go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, on Francis, his LinkedIn website homepage, there is a direct link. Actually, on the very top, just besides his biography, is Zhang Bo's. It can directly go to Zhang Bo's page. So I just click it. It says chairman and CEO at Harvest. And about him, it's not very long, but we can see here, well, about him, I'll read this. Since assuming a leadership role in the family business, they call it a family business, but we know it's a CCP's, state-owned enterprise. Zhang Bo has been expanding the Harvest portfolio with a particular focus on the next generation. Earlier in his career, he served on a wealth management team at a company, and his experience is at a Harvest. Can we just, I just, this is just beyond our imagination. And many of the people in the free world who can be, as powerful, as capable as him at this age, as young as 30 years old. On the back of the scene, of course, there are unseen the power and austerities that is directly linked to Xi Jinping, that we assume he is the illegitimate kid of him. So between him and Xi Jinping, there is a lady called Shao Jinglan. As you can see in this map on the screen here, just besides Xi Jinping, this is a lady, the chairperson of the very big Huaxin Trust, this company. She is the chairperson. Besides this, well, I think we'll talk about this more later. Besides this, Shao Jinglan has a very, rich portfolio of her career. She is actually the CEO and the most powerful person of the, there is an airline in Northeast airline. The biggest shareholder is this Shao Jinglan, and also as well as some real estate companies. So we can see that this map exactly tells that how powerful and how much wealth they can leverage, like Xi Jinping and his architectural art project can actually leverage. If to our audience who don't know about this architectural art project, that is Xi Jinping and many of this, CCP Central Committee member, their wealth and genome map in free world, in the developed countries like United States or Canada or Europe or Australia, you name it, in these developed countries, the whole wealth of his empire. And that wealth belongs to a private family fund that they and his kids or his wives, like for the generation to come, they can use to maintain their wealth and austerity for the many generations to come. Yeah, I want to share this. Elsa,
I just look further. Yeah, I just look further at his resume. Yeah, actually, yeah, he was the advisor to the Vice President Joe Biden for more than 5 years. So at the age of 33, and then after that, yeah, he was the co-founder of the Harvest Group. Maybe that's the relationship. So that's why he was with Joe Biden and with Hunter Biden and this Zhang Bo. And then you want to talk about the mother, right? So you said that he was actually the head of the board of directors.
Yeah, the airline, and also the airline, Northeast Airline, the biggest shareholder. Yes, not much on this one, but yes, she is actually the number one of this Huaxin Trust, and
Harvest. English name is Harvest. Yeah.
Yeah, and all these companies, of course, it's a state-owned entities, but behind it, it all belongs to PLA, CCP's PLA, People's Liberation Army, and they directly linked to Xi Jinping and the PLA. So they have nowhere to run. If Biden's family was found in business or in the collusion with them, there is no way to run. Just from the background of the company. Even though they mention it's a private enterprise, but it's not. For example, they have they have a lot of investment one is from China Oil and Foodstuffs Corporation. That is, if you look at that page, that is clearly mentioned that it's a state-owned enterprise. So they have the millions of the investment into this kind of state-owned enterprises under the umbrella of this Huaxin Trust. And the chairperson is this Shao Jinglan, Miss Shao Jinglan. Of course, they also have the like a Huarui Entertainment, who the chairman is Zhang Bo. It's his son, Zhang Bo, the person in the middle in the picture on the screen here. He basically he do the entertainment as we heard just now, like mostly for the younger generations. So from that early age, they will infiltrate the younger minds from a very earlier stage until step by step to develop their what is called penetration net in the free world, Western world, just without you even notice it.
So look, I'll just summarize it for our audience, okay? Because you're talking about a lot of things. The real point here we want to, deliver to the audience is all these big so-called private companies in China are controlled by the CCP families, few CCP families. So if you can go, Sarah, if you could go back to that chart, where you can see the father-in-law of Zhang Bo, the young entrepreneur, was actually working closely with Xi Jinping while Xi Jinping was in Fujian province as the mayor of Fujian province. So, and Liu Cigui was is father-in-law of Zhang Bo, and they have very close relationship. Zhang Bo's mother might has some romantic relationship with Xi Jinping too, and that's why like the whole Huarui group and also Huaxin Trust and all other companies that controlled by Zhang Bo and Shao Jinglan are holding these assets on behalf of, it might be Xi's family or other powerful CCP family. And we know that through Zhang Bo, through Huarui Shiji, and also Harvest Entertainment, they have deals with England football team Manchester. Also, they're doing business with Hollywood. They're doing business with NBA, right? They have tremendous international connections. And so I mentioned this earlier today that Zhang Bo's main task in US is, because she is living in US, she's doing business in US, she's having his family in US. His main task is his assigned main task is to infiltrate people around Trump. That's his main task. A lot of people, Democrats already deeply infiltrated by CCP a long time ago. Like look at Joe Biden's family, right? He is the person assigned the task to infiltrate people around Trump, like Mnuchin, right? Like the trade advisors, like the Trump's family members. You know that Trump is he has a big business family, right? In business with China. So Zhang Bo is the person who is trying to influencing these people around Trump, who advised Trump to negotiate with the China about trade deal, who advised Trump about CCP virus, that this is nothing serious. Like people around Trump, they have tremendous interest, alignment with CCP, and that's why we call Zhang Bo a key person, because he has all the connection. Yeah, and the other person, Francis person, who was hired by Zhang Bo in the Harvest Group, has very close relationship with Biden family, right? So this chart actually explains a few connections between Zhang Bo and Chinese top power family, and also different industry and people from US.
Yeah, and also from Luda's show, Zhang Bo's father-in-law is the province premier in Hainan, and you know that Huang Qishan was in Hainan all the time, right? That's his own base, and also he was the now his father-in-law is the party's leader in the in Hainan province, so they're all connected.
I just remember that this father-in-law Liu Cigui is the so-called father of Liu Chenjie.
Yeah,
Liu Chenjie
it's on the chart.
Probably the child of Xi Jinping, President Xi, or Vice President Wang. But he's, how do you say that? Like, you know, the father in the relationship registration book is Liu Cigui, but the real father, the blood, that with the same blood, is, I think, is either President Xi or Vice President Wang. So anyway, the point is, like, all these CCP families, lab craters, right? They all have same kind of interest. They are running the whole empire business through their next generation, like Zhang Bo and Wang Xin, right? And Bo Jiaqi, all these people, they're going to expose themselves one by one. And so we are trying to tell Chinese people and US people that they are using your money to build their own empire, and they're not going to return this money back unless that we punish them by law. They're obviously, Zhang Bo is obviously a foreign agent, is a spy. He's working for the Chinese Communist Party, and they're talking about deals like billions and over billions, and all this money, these investments are raised on pension funds, teachers' pension funds, military veterans' pension funds, from U.S. Americans' citizens' money. So that's something you need to. That's why you need to know whole structure and how they operate. You guys want to add more on this topic, or you want to move to next?
Sherry?
Yes, I just want to add something. So this Liu Xigui, right? The Zhang Bo's father-in-law is like an adopt father for Liu Chengjie, right? It's still, we need to know the relationship between Liu Chengjie and Xi Jinping, but we can have a guess from there. That's why this Zhang Bo, he purchased the 6 gorgeous mansion in Australia worth $37 million, and because this big group, Huaxin, Huarui or Huamei, BHR, Bohai Huamei, we talked earlier. Like every year, for example, this BHR, they got funding. For example, in 2017, 2018, they got trillions and trillions of dollars. And this money, obviously, 10%, 10% goes to Joe Biden, 10% goes to Jim Biden, his brother, and 10% goes to Hunter Biden. So the Biden family, altogether, they got 30% of this huge amount of dollars of the wealth. Where does those money come from? As Halle mentioned, it's all Chinese people, right? The social security fund. That's why you can see those, Lao Baixing, as Mr. Bannon always mentioned in War Room Pandemic, those Lao Baixing, those diligent, hardworking people. That's why, you lose your job, you don't have your medical care, you cannot pay your down payment for your housing. This is why, because our money are all, money laundered to Western countries to buy those, huge, gorgeous mansions, leverage to do anything they want. So the same thing happened actually in United States as well. If Biden elected, Biden, Xi Jinping, they will be the two big boss that all the world will become their empire. And what you can see in Hong Kong will soon happen in United States and anywhere in the world. Back to Victor.
Sure. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So if Hunter Biden was elected, Joe Biden is elected. Yeah, it's going to be totally 100% controlled by the CCP. So Harley mentioned that there's another company also connected to this Harvest company. So that's the CEFC.
That's probably a different company. CEFC.
Okay.
I'll give you some background while I'm talking about CEFC. Sarah, can you pull a picture? The screen, it's called 10 million per year consulting fee. It's in the Google Drive document, 10 million per year consulting fee. So, the hard drive, there are three portions, right? We're talking about the first portion, Joe Biden's family scandal, right? The second portion is a GMAP, which we're gonna involve, these next generations, Zhang Bo, Zhang Xin, right? And all other young generations. Yeah. So right now, we're trying to, the whistleblower movement are launching this first wave regarding the sex tapes and pictures, which attracting people's eyeball, right? That's a good strategy for the first wave. The second wave, we're exposing, yes, exactly, that's one. So the second wave is to exposing all these emails, correspondence between Hunter Biden and all other his partners, numerous partners, both China, and the US and Ukraine, right? The deal that we found evidence where we're claiming that Biden's family, Joe Biden, is compromising US national security to CCP is a deal with CEFC. And CEFC is a big company. It's an energy company in China. It's think one of the largest 10 private companies in China. And in 2014, it has revenue about 300 billion RMB. 300 billion RMB in 2015. And, the chairman of this company, I think you guys all know his name. It's called Ye Jianming. And a lot of audience, if you're not Chinese, you probably still heard about this name before from Hunter Biden's audio himself. He said that Ye Jianming was one of the richest guy in the world, controlling over 300 billion assets. And he also said in his video that this guy is missing right now. Okay, so we all know, I don't know if it's absolutely true or not, but Lu De said that he was killed by the top powerful families in CCP. But anyway, Ye Jianming was in business with Hunter, and sorry about that. And Ye Jianming has a very good relationship with Xi. If you Google Hua Xin or Ye Jianming with Xi, and you will find a lot of pictures they were shoot together. You can find them together in the picture together with a lot of foreign ministers or presidents talking about energy deals. And one of the largest energy deal the CEFC has accomplished was purchasing this Russian energy company, petroleum company, for $9 billion, $9 billion USD in 2017. Nobody knows this company before this huge deal. It has a lot of media attention in 2017 because it's one of the largest foreign acquisition deal at that time by China. And we all know that after 2017, the foreign acquisition deals was reduced rapidly, right? Because a certain political change in CCP. But anyway, we know that CEFC is a big company. Ye Jianming is the chairman, the #1 top person in that company. And Ye Jianming has relationship with a lot of different foreign politicians and also, people in the business of energy industry. And he also has this special relationship with Hunter Biden. So talking about this email, this is from Robert Hunter Biden to Dong Wengong. Dong Wengong is I think he is the right hand of Ye Jianming. He controls all the financial transactions. He is I think, the financial officer. He's the right hand of Ye Jianming. So in this email, Robert Hunter Biden said, "My understanding is that original agreement with director was consulting fees based on introduction alone, a rate of 10 million per year for a 3-year guarantee, total of 30 million. The chairman changed that deal after we meet in Miami." So this chairman he referred to was his father. Remember, there are two chairmen. One chairman is chairman of CEFC, who is Ye Jianming. The other chairman, Hunter Biden's chairman, is his father, Joe Biden. That's why we always call that all these things, all these hard drive content is not about Hunter Biden, it's about Joe Biden. Because Hunter Biden is just bagman of Joe Biden. So Hunter Biden said, my father changed that deal, proposing this more lucrative agreement to create a holding company 50% owned by me and 50% owned by him. We all know that there are numerous emails showing that how Biden family doing business. Like it's always 50 for Joe Biden and 50 for Hunter. And Hunter will take care of the rest of the family members, right? So that's why we're saying it's a RICO case, because it's a criminal group. And let me go on. Consulting fee is one piece of our income stream, but the reason this proposal by the chairman was so much more interesting to me and my family is that we would also be partners in equity and profits of the JV investment. So they offering, Dong Wengong and Ye Jianming is offering Hunter Biden, Joe Biden for a deal which is worth 30 million, 10 million per year. But Hunter Biden is proposing, and according to Joe Biden's direction, is proposing to be a 50-50 partner with Ye Jianming. So this will prove that they actually did it. But if so, while I'm going on, Sarah, can you pull out the picture which shows the Henderson West 3 LLC, the wired, sorry, no, it's the, let's pull the Ye Jianming thank you email first, because there are a lot of emails and it's all related. So first of all, we know that through Dong Wengong, Ye Jianming is talking about this 30 million deal to Hunter Biden. And this is for consulting fee. What kind of consulting it is you guys think that Ye Jianming needs from Hunter Biden? So it's yeah, you have.
I think just help him to lobby or get connections with White House senior officials as more as he can.
Yeah. So basically, Ye Jianming is this energy algo, right? And he controls this one of the biggest private company in China, CEFC, and they're doing all these energy deals worldwide. And remember, there's one interesting figure named Patrick Ho. I think you guys all know him too from the Hunter's audio. Patrick Ho is actually a director in CEFC. He works for Ye Jianming. Okay, and Patrick Ho, according to Hunter, Hunter knew that Patrick Ho is the chief of the spy. This is just a wire, but Sarah, can you pull the Ye Jianming thank you email or Hunter engagement letter with Patrick Ho? Either of them will work. So maybe the Hunter engagement letter with Patrick Ho. So Hunter has relationship with Ye Jianming, Dong Wengong, and also Patrick Ho. This is the attorney engagement letter. Don't forget that Hunter Biden is also a lawyer, right? He's a partner in a law firm, and he engaged with this chief of spy, according to himself, Patrick Ho, in 2017. And yeah, like you can read it. This is just a proof saying that Hunter Biden engaged Patrick Ho. And remember, Patrick Ho was arrested in 2017 because he was investigated that he was involved in this money laundering and bribe, and he was identified as foreign agent, foreign spy. One of the cases, I think he's trying to bribe, like using $2 million, $1 million to African country to have the energy exploration right. I think it's just not only this one, but also like few more energy exploration right deals that he's trying to bribe the officials in those African countries. And he was actually arrested in 2017, and he was convicted, and he was criminal. He was criminal. He is a criminal. And why Hunter Biden engaged the Patrick Ho and represent him as his lawyer? Do you guys have any input? Think about this. So Hunter Biden was involved. Biden, yeah.
Yeah, well, I think like Mr. Ludo mentioned, well, Patrick Ho is a Hong Kong citizen, right? And by the way, he's a famous actress Hu Huizhong's husband. People might think like, oh, he's from Hong Kong, and he might be, you know, in a free world, like a democratic country. So he is for sure against CCP. So he just used like a camouflage to make his business or deals even, you know, get smooth and easier.
No, so my question is why Hunter Biden represent this chief of spy, right? So the answer is quite easy. So think about it. Patrick Ho was in business with Hunter. CEFC is just giving Hunter Biden's family $30 million for 3 years and doing business with them for just consulting fee. And Patrick Ho is identified as a spy, and he was arrested in 2017 by US. DOJ was on it, right? And the only reason that Hunter engaged this guy is because DOJ tipped his father, Joe Biden, saying that, oh, we're doing this investigation to Patrick Ho, and it might involve your son because your son is doing business with this Patrick Ho. But if you sign this engagement letter, then you'll use the attorney and client privilege, and you won't be asked any question because any question you can decline to answer using this attorney and client privilege, right? That's the only reason. That's the only reason, and that's why we know that DOJ is infiltrated. They're giving tips to Joe Biden, telling him that, oh, your son has to sign this. And probably Hunter Biden doesn't even know it. According to his own audio, he got a lot of New York reporters asking him about his relationship with Ye Jianming. And this is the whole...
So I'm not sure, right, Harley? I'm not sure if at the time when he signed that, does he really know that he was the head of the spy, or I'm not sure. Yeah. So is that he didn't know that, and then he get into this, or
he knew? He called it. He called it Patrick Ho himself. This is the chief of the spy.
I know. No, I know. In the audio, I know. In the audio, he mentioned that, but when they signed that,
when do you think the audio? Like, when do you think the audio happened?
They already signed, right? So they disappear already. So at that time, so he was complaining he cannot find that person because I think he is more complaining his loss of the money, you know, because he cannot contact those people.
I have the recording. I can read it.
Yeah, sure. Which part you're trying to read?
Yeah, you are talking of the Hunter talking about the Patrick Hall. That's the chief spy, right? And he is missing, right? So I just have this. I just have this record here. It's not very long. I can read it.
Not the record. Not the record. We all know the record. I mean that. I'm just thinking, right? How stupid you are. Yeah, if you already know that he's the head spy of China, and then why do you sign a contract? That's in the letter, right?
I already told you.
So
I already told you why they signed this engagement letter. Because of attorney-client privilege.
I know. Even so, right? If you're raised in the Western country, I mean that. For me, it's like unbelievable. Yeah. So how can you know that it's wrong? In law, by law, it's.
How do you think that they're doing business with Burisma? They're doing business in Burisma while Joe Biden was vice president.
I know,
you think
but
that
this
they
is
don't
too
know this
obvious.
violate U.S. law?
No, but this is too obvious because if you know that there's a spy of the head of the
everything,
China, right?
Everything is too obvious. It's just covered up by media, covered up by the national security apparatus. Everything is obvious. When we show you all this evidence, common people like us, if you just use your common sense. Everything is too obvious. What kind of person? Well, his dad is vice president, right? And you are just drug addict. You are kicked out from Navy, and suddenly you became the board member of one of the biggest Ukraine energy company. Nobody's asking these questions. Nobody's asking how Hunter Biden get all these deals. Like the media always say that, oh, Hunter Biden and Joe Biden family is very, very, not wealthy, right? Joe Biden published his tax return every year. Hunter Biden is a failure according to Chinese media. What the propaganda CCP launched towards Chinese people, they're saying Hunter Biden is a failure. He's poor. He's not rich. Media and the national security apparatus, also the Democrat Party, they're all covering this up. That's why when we show this evidence, Hunter Biden is breaking the law. Only reason he signed this engagement letter is because he doesn't want to be asked any question. The DOJ, and DOJ tipped his father, so that he can keep himself silent. Anyway, if Sarah, you can find the other email. It's from Ye Jianming. It's called Ye Jianming. Thank you.
I want to add something, Holly, before that.
Sure.
I think I get Victor's point, because if the government official is a public servant, if you knew that you are dealing with a foreign agent, like a spy, you are criminal right away, right? So
yeah.
Do you think Ye Jianming is a foreign spy? Do you think Ye Jianming is foreign spy?
Of course. I mean, that's
Do you think Zhang Bo is a foreign spy?
That's evil, because CCP is so evil. They camouflaged. They pretend they are private enterprise, but it's turned out it's Chinese. It's a CCP state-owned enterprise, right?
Yeah,
and
look.
Just only regarding.
Do you think Baofu is a foreign spy?
Is it just let
He's pretend as a pastor, right? He pretend as a pastor. So
they knew. Wall Street knew it. Hunter Biden's family knew it. All knew it.
Yeah,
this is
Hunter Biden. I think Hunter Biden. I think Joe Biden knew it. But for this recording, you are mentioning the recording for Hunter. I'm not sure, because he said without telling me, my father without telling me anything. Of course, Joe Biden knew it.
Yeah, it's not about Hunter Biden. We all say it's not about Hunter Biden. It's about Joe Biden, right? That's we agree that. So it's not about Hunter Biden. The point is Joe Biden knew it. Joe Biden as vice president, he has highest security clearance. He knows what CIA provided to him, what these national security apparatus provided him. He knows, but he chose to sacrifice national security, sacrifice U.S. people's interest, and get paid by CCP, sold out U.S. people.
That's why.
Easy.
That's why Xi Jinping and Joe Biden, they kind of help each other to suppress and attack and kill each other's political enemies, right? For those persons who got persecution, something like that. And so the same thing happened to those CIA, workers in China who got killed. Those 36 people. That's all. They are all victims of this.
So Sarah, I don't know if you if you still looking for that letter, but I'll just give the letter to our audience. So this is a letter from Jianming to Hunter Biden, saying thank you for introducing him, Mr. Bobulinski. We knew that from Bobulinski's own interview with Fox News, Tucker Carlson, that he was introduced to Biden family to create this company, energy company. He was the experienced businessman in that field, and Jianming to Bobulinski and found that he is a very valuable person, and he thanks Hunter to introduce him. They create this Sino-Hawk company, but this company actually was shut down in 2018 for some reason, probably because Tony Bobulinski is not that cooperative, right? Because he's a guy with integrity. I think he doesn't want to do those dirty things with Biden family and this CCP spy. But anyway, Jianming mentioned in this letter that saying to Hunter that you could arrange your people to coordinate with Direct Zen and Dong Wengong for specific work. And I will continue to pay attention and give my support. This email showing that Dong Wengong is right hand of Ye Jianming, and Ye Jianming is happy that Hunter Biden bring Tony Bobulinski. There are so many emails which are all related, but this email tells us that. So Sarah, if you can find another email that is Henderson West LLC, whichever you can find, just put it onto the screen. So basically, Ye Jianming and Hunter Biden formed this partnership. It's called Henderson West LLC, and Hunter Biden owned this partnership's interest through wholly owned company Wasco. Okay? It's quite complicated. Remember, Hunter Biden is a lawyer, and Joe Biden tells the media that Hunter is the smartest person that he's ever met. I don't know how smart he is, but he's definitely smart enough to avoid all these, U.S. regulations and a way to form this partnership with a Chinese spy. So first, Hunter Biden this is a bank statement of Henderson West 3 LLC, which you can see it has millions of dollars, 4 million, right? And there's a wire transfer of 1 million wired out November 21st. My point is, this Henderson West 3 LLC is a partnership between Ye Jianming and Hunter Biden. Ye Jianming in money into Henderson West LLC. Hunter, as the so-called consultant, is taking money on behalf of Biden family. This partnership every month or periodically. That's how they get this 10 million per year, 30 million total, and also these monthly advising fees, all through this Henderson West LLC. And actually, there is another picture, Sarah, if you can find it. It's called credit card. So if you see the picture's name with credit card, you can pull it out. So what they did is Hunter applied a credit card for his family member James Biden and this one, James Biden and Sarah Biden. The limit for this credit card for each of those family members are $100,000. Okay, so that's why, you know, Hunter Biden is saying, "Oh, I'm paying for this family for the past 30 years, right? And nobody is respecting me." These are all the evidence, like whatever we're claiming in a few days ago, these are all the evidence showing you how Hunter Biden, Joe Biden is getting money from CEFC, from other CCP entities. Huntington West 3, this company, if you remember from Jiaqi Bo, which is like daughter of Bo Xilai. So she is keep telling Hunter that taking as much as money from this account, Huntington West LLC, he's able to, and according, you know, it's not what it appears. Okay, so it's like Jiaqi is trying to. He knows that Hunter Biden and Joe Biden are under investigation. That whistleblowers movement has all these hard drives. Somebody's going to expose it. She's actually, you know, trying to lure Hunter to draw more money, and, you know, kind of frame that she's trying to setting up a frame for Hunter, right? Because every dollar that Hunter withdraw from this partnership, it's gonna be the evidence in the future that he's compromising to Chinese Communist Party. And because we all know that through FISA Act, if we identify Patrick Ho was the spy of CCP, then we can identify Ye Jianming. And through Patrick Ho, Ye Jianming, and also Dong Wengong, all these Chinese spies, you can identify Hunter Biden. And through all the email that we showed you guys, 50% to Hunter, 50% to Joe Biden, all these deals, the chairman was actually Joe Biden, and all these foreign spies will be eventually linked to Joe Biden. And from there, it's a syndicate. It not stop at Joe Biden. Okay? It will affect of politicians that we know. Yeah, so I'll stop here. There are more, but I just want to hear you guys. What you guys think?
I think the email that also shows that the Bo Jiaqi so send the email to Hunter. So they have that show. Also, one of the email on today or yesterday, I forgot. Yeah. So also part of the email exposed for the third way. So showing that she tried to contact Hunter, but Hunter didn't reply. So she mentioned that she have some the Panda keychain stuff, and then also have something they just show that they have a very close relationship before, and then suddenly he was expelled from the company and asked him not to come back. And also he mentioned that he haven't get his travel, remind Hunter that he haven't get his travel, the hotel reimbursement yet. So lots of things, yeah, only they know what they really meant behind. So what do you want to say, Sherry?
Yeah, I just want to add that the email from Bo Tiantian or Bao Jiaqi to Hunter, that she mentioned that the doggy chain necklace, we don't know what that really means. He said that is in the most secured place we can think about. Where is a secured place? Maybe, I don't know, DOJ or Mr. Giuliani's place. That means that she has something. I have something here. So just you know, just think about what you are going to do, basically, to Hunter. And she says that you can take your money. It's like for example, the consultation fee, like the $30 million is basically like your salary. You get it. Well, as Mr. Luda mentioned in this email, it's like a hooking email. Obviously, as Victor mentioned, Hunter didn't respond to this, but this is all because she knows that Ye Jianming will be arrested, which he already got arrested by CCP. Now she mentioned further that you guys had in a bracket the three names, Hunter, Mary, and Kevin. You guys can work together with the new boss or whoever to resolve and decide those money that Ye Jianming left, how you guys are going to use those kind of money. And she also talked about when Hunter goes to the hotel, well, when and where you went and what kind of things happened there, something like that. It's really like so much details in this email, showcasing that she really has a special relationship. We don't know what kind of with Hunter, but eventually Hunter didn't respond. So all these things, well, we showed, as Hallie mentioned at the beginning, those porno, Hunter's videos and the photos. We are not interested in those porno things, or we are not interested to spread those kind of things. But it's really just behind the scene. It's not only about what Hunter did, it's when and where he did it, who he met, and what they were talking, what they did. This is, so you can see the huge like networking behind the scene is step by step they are coming out. And also for the CFC, we know Dong Gongwen, by the way, the name Dong Gongwen, he purchased the two gorgeous mansions around the Central Park, like worth $83 million. That was in 2018, and in 2019, he also bought like 10 different mansions, each one worth 2.5 million to 5 million. So we can add that up to a sum. It's like $100 million gorgeous mansions. Where do those mansions go, or who is he going to give this to, right? He himself, obviously, he cannot live there, live in 10 different mansions, right?
No, as you mentioned, right? That's the money laundry. They just try to take advantage of the Chinese people, and then all the money they just money laundry to the foreign countries, to their offsprings, or by the dream map that they have so many children around the world. So that's how they try to rule the world by those connections.
Oh yeah, that's one thing. The other thing is, yeah, if any one or two mentions among this went to Joe Biden's family, and that's the financial evidence. That's the financial evidence that they cannot run away from, right? For the consultation fee, they can see, well, that's how much worth to me. I just worth this much money for consultation fees. It's kind of not clear to count, right? To calculate. But for this mansion, if you got one of these mansions as your private, property, and that's the real evidence. Right? Because it's private. It's become private. And
yeah, from all those emails, right, we all see that how Joe Biden's family got the money from the CCP, and then they're really connected with the signature, with Tsai, all the contracts, all the emails, they back and forward. So we can all see that it's proof. It's already all the proofs are there. So yeah, go ahead, Sherry. Sorry.
Yeah. So Hunter mentioned that, for example, for the Patrick Ho, He Zhiping, he said that that was recorded. He was missing since I saw him in his $58 million apartment and signed a $4 billion deal.
The guy he's referring to is Ye Jianming. Ye Jianming was the richest guy that Hunter thought he is. Patrick Ho is just just a puppet that working for Ye Jianming. He was just director in CFC. Ye Jianming.
But in that recording, he clearly said,
Patrick Ho, yeah.
The guy, I got another New York Times reporter.
He didn't say Patrick Ho was missing.
No, he said it. It's about my presentation of the literally Dr. Patrick Ho, the spy chief of China, who started a company that my partner, who is worth three.
Wait. It's not a one sentence, okay? My partner is a new sentence. You need to have a break there. His partner is Ye Jianming. His partner is not Patrick Ho, okay? Patrick Ho just is the client that he signed engagement letter with. His partner is Ye Jianming. That's clear, crystal clear.
Okay. Anyway, so this three person is I mean do this show and we make them famous than before. They were hidden, but now this Dong Gongwen, He Zhiping, Ye Jianming, they all become worldwide famous. I think people can still dig deeper into this.
Look, there's an email from Hunter Biden asking for reimbursement on Henderson West, and he was talking to Dong Gongwen. Dong Gongwen is the person who has a signing authority with Hunter. Those two have signing authority on debit accounts. For credit accounts, Hunter Biden signing card authority, but for debit accounts, it needs both of their two signatures. So Dong Gongwen is the person, right? As I said several times, it's right hand of Ye Jianming. Ye Jianming is the chairman who was partner of Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden always tell people that how proud he is he can meet Ye Jianming partnership with him. Okay, he's not proud to be partnered with Patrick Ho or Dong Gongwen. He's asking for reimbursement only, and Dong Gongwen is restricting his reimbursement. For example, his house in Sweden that he purchased, and they have this beef regarding how much expenses should be reimbursed, and that involved all this money problem that Sachi was advising that you should take as much as you can. And on the other hand, Hunter is saying that I'm a managing director of CFC. You have no right to review my reimbursement. I the only person who can prove my own reimbursement. It's really messed up inside of this group. And the reply from Dong Gongwen, go ahead.
Yeah, like don't forget Patrick Ho got arrested by FBI or CIA in the United States, right? And then I'm not sure what happened to him. He was sent back to CCP or what?
Oh, what happened is he was arrested in 2017. He was convicted and he was extradited back to Hong Kong. That's what happened to him.
And we know for Ye Jianming, in his case, he got arrested in China by CCP already.
Yes.
Xi Jinping. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I will confirm this because for the recording, because he said after Patrick Ho, he said who started. There's a comma. Who started?
Forget about recording. We're focusing on the evidence. Okay. So I told you that Ye Jianming is a partner of Hunter. It's crystal clear. And there. Ye Jianming is a person who's putting money into Henderson West, who is actually paying Hunter Biden, okay, and who's actually paying Joe Biden, and he is always the chairman of CFC and using Dong Gongwen to coordinate with Hunter's people. That's for sure. And yeah, what else? Like you need to see who's partnering with who. Right? Ye Jianming is representative of Xi. And Hunter is representative of Biden, Joe Biden. Joe Biden and Xi has a partnership. So is Hunter Biden and Ye Jianming. People like Dong Gongwen and Patrick Ho, they are just people working for Ye Jianming, people working for Biden. When Bob Fu posted this Wall Street Journal article defaming Mr. House Guo, he forwarded this email to Jim Biden. Jim Biden forwarded to Hunter Biden. This is the email that Bob Fu is using to asking for reward, right? He had this assignment done, and he's asking for how much money he can get. Hunter Biden is the representative of Joe Biden. Joe Biden is one of the most important ally of Xi. Like you just said, Joe Biden helped Xi to become chairman of China, CCP. And so Xi is now trying to help Joe Biden to become the president of the US. If Joe Biden did get elected, then Xi and Joe Biden is gonna control the two most biggest country in the world. Okay? I think we're running out of time today. Yeah, we have so much more to show to our audience. We're going to keep it on every day.
Yeah, I think to deal with all this spies or this evil CCP, eventually Mr. Giuliani will use FISA Act and the FISA Court. And because he has individual, intelligence lines, more than 100, as Mr. President Donald Trump also mentioned, he has his own independent line of intelligence. So eventually, it all goes there.
Yeah. We are gonna
run. They can't run from it.
What? Sorry.
They can't run from it. If you did something wrong, they can't run.
Yeah, we are still one more week to expose those materials in the laptop, from hell. So we are going to see you tomorrow at 12 to 2, and again at to 5 to 6 in the afternoon. So thank you very much for all the audience today. And don't forget to sign up and follow us on GTV, also the Parler, the new platform, the new battlefield for us, because Twitter censor us, Facebook censor us. So our account is the HFC Medium 64 at Parler. So please do follow us there, and see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
他们的恐惧是我们的武器，我们的胜利。谢谢了，兄弟姐妹们，你们健身了吗？行动，行动，行动！中共，你完了 ！Take down the CCP！
Just beginning, but the games you want to play. Bring it on and now we'll fight to the end. Just watch and see. It's all started, everything's begun, and you are over. Cause we're taking down the CCP. Spread the word all through Hong Kong. We will fight till they're all gone. We rejoice when there's no more. Let's take down the CCP. They have all life for too long. We will end what they do wrong. Spread the word of the wrong come. Let's take down the CCP. The bullets fly a little longer, and you will surrender. Let the bullets
中共，你完了！干灭中国共产党这个 CCP， 还能让我们远离恐惧。Take down CCP。
They try to scare the nation with fabrication, but we see through the lies. We won't fall, we will fight you back. Police corruption with crooked assumption. They ran our lives, but no more. We will win, we will take down the CCP. Spread the word all through Hong Kong. We will fight till they're all gone. We rejoice when there's no more. Let's take down the CCP. They have all lied for too long. We will end what they do wrong. Spread the word all through Hong Kong. Let's take down the CCP. The bullets fly a little longer, and you will surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. We will have freedom to live. We will win. You'll surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. Let the bullets fly a little longer.
站起来吧！
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
站起来吧！
Let the bullets fly a little
被
longer.
奴役的人
Let
们，
the bullets fly a little longer.
行动！
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
行动！
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
完了！
Let the bullets fly a little longer. Let the bullets fly a little longer. Bullets fly a little longer, and you will surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. We will have freedom to live. We will win. You'll surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take it down!
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take it down!
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take it down!
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take it down!
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take it down!
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take it down!
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take it down!
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take it down!
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down the evil CCP.